as I'm driving out on the freeway that I get on all the time in the community I live in, I notice there's a billboard for scorpions. And just a big problem in the community I live in. So I think that's a really smart gamble, provided they have other content to back it up other than just a billboard. Not the biggest fan of billboards myself, but it's relatable. This community is known for having scorpions. So people can drive by and go, oh yeah, I did see scorpions on my concrete block wall in the backyard the other day. Things like that resonate with that community. But I think it speaks to something I see more from a corporate group level is they take one philosophy or one strategy for their fixed ops department and they apply it nationally. And that's just not always the best play. So thinking that because you need tires, your community in that area, because of the seasonality of it, needs tires in Louisiana, doesn't mean that's what they're looking for in February in Wisconsin. They're looking for snow tires there. They're not looking for just plain old tires, or they're not looking for windshield wiper blades necessarily. You have to speak to what's going on seasonally in those areas when you're talking about advertising with a service department. And how you drill down in your campaigns for fixed ops is important too. Now, of course, you want your core for your biggest affection points, your brakes, tires, batteries, oil changes, but you can speak more to the seasonality of a particular region or particular community. Like, for instance, in Arizona, in Phoenix, we have a monsoon season, and then we have dust storms and boobs that come through before that. So there's a big run on like windshield wiper blades, cabin air filters, engine air filters, tires, things like that. So if I were a service director, that would be where I would be spending my money, is making sure that all those campaigns were on point with their site link inspections and making sure everything was lined up accordingly to where I can grab that business as they're searching. Now, on the other side of that coin, your organic content has to be on point too. So you want to be the subject matter expert for them to explain why you need new tires, to explain why you need new windshield wiper blades, to explain why you need cabin air filters, engine air filters. Why do you need to change them? So by creating that unique content, you're actually creating the case for your campaign to be successful and helping nudge along the market interest. Now, I'm not saying you can generate market interest by simply telling people, hey, your windshield wipers suck, go ahead and get them changed. Explain why. Like, I'm sure you have a trade-in that has the worst windshield wiper blades in the world. So show them what that looks like, and then show them what it looks like after you put a new pair on there. I guarantee that's the kind of thing that people just you don't know until you know. So in Arizona, windshield wiper blades, I mean, if you get 8 months out of them, it's a good year, because when that sun hits in the summer, it just completely bakes them. So we know, all of us, by right around October, we're going to need to replace our windshield wiper blades. So it's just, if you live here, you know kind of a thing. But what it works in Austin, Texas, for example, is not going to work generally here. We just don't have the same weather. We don't have the same seasons. We don't have the same issues with climates or anything like that. So really digging down with the service department, and for corporate offices, I guess is who I'm speaking to. When you have a nation of dealerships that you're trying to help guide along a path for the best strategies for their organic content and their paid marketing, what I would really lean into your service directors. What's going on there? Are you having heavy snow right now? Is there a lot of wildfires in the case of California? There always is wildfires, it seems like. So is there a lot of wildfires right now? Well, why don't we run an ad campaign on cabin air filters and engine air filters? Why don't we run an ad campaign on windshield wiper blades? In December in Wisconsin, maybe we need to run an ad to make sure people have their snow tires lined up. Stuff like that actually speaks to the seasonality of the area. And you're going to find your spend is going to go down, but your engagement is going to go up, because not only are they creating an organic content, letting people know why they need new tires, new wiper blades, new cabin air filters, engine air filters, etc. But you're also, on the other side of it, you have your campaigns lined up so that when they're searching for those items, they can be found. But there's just not I feel like there's just not a lot of love. It's kind of a set it and forget it thing for service departments. Too often I see where, brakes, batteries, tires, oil changes, which, don't get me wrong, those are your highest points of defection. You absolutely should have campaigns for them, but that's all you have. And there's really a lot more to it than that. So I would really recommend, if you're a paid marketing agency, if you're a digital vendor, if you're a corporate fixed ops marketing director, I would really recommend looking at the seasonality of the different cities and communities that you manage, and leaning on the service directors to give you a little bit of insight as to what's going on. And then making sure you align up the campaigns for those stores. It's going to take some extra setup, I'm not going to lie to you, but once you have it set up the first year, the following years, going back and realizing, okay, so in the spring in Arizona, I know that they're going to have starting the uptick in the hot temperatures, so we need to talk about why it's important to check the tread wear on your tires, and to make sure that's on point for the summer months. Things like that. I think that would go a lot farther than all I ever see for like a service page or a service specials page is literally they just change the expiration date and call it a day on the core 4. So go the extra mile, take an extra step outside, and lean on the local guys, lean on the service director to kind of give you some insight as to exactly what's going on in that area. Then you can speak to within your campaigns for fixed ops, your site extensions, and how you have them displayed, how you have them set up to create engagement and create users. Like, you can create a ton of different site extensions, the call outs, and that speak to what that person is looking for. So if they're looking for windshield wiper blades, that can be one of the call outs you serve up. So I guess what I'm getting to is, as much time, effort, love, care, blood, sweat, and tears that we put into vehicle campaigns and the call outs that we have on that, I think it's equally important to do that within the fixed ops realm. Because as I used to tell my customers who would ask me if I could give them a better discount, I would tell them, well, there's a reason why the service department is over 2/3 of the real estate of this store, is because that's what makes us money, and the sales part we're not responsible for making the money for the store. So in that vein, you want to make sure that you're driving as much, not only organic, but paid marketing traffic as you can. And I just don't see the same love that we give to the paid marketing campaigns for car sales to the service campaigns. So that's my action items for you for this week, is go back and see what kind of seasonality you have built into your fixed ops service campaigns, and making sure that you have a couple set up beyond the core 4 that actually speak to the culture and events and the community and the climate of the areas that you're servicing. And watch your ROI get better, watch your clicks get better, watch your engagement get better, watch all those things improve as you develop that fixed ops ecosystem to establish yourself as not only the SME, the subject matter expert, but also offering the solution for the issues at hand. Thanks for watching. Have a great day.